what is really straining at the leash here is the EACC, and we can see how it is emaciated. Actually, it's just a skeleton as it is. And we have Wanjiku and Mongai, or Wanjiku and Otieno, to have the face of Kenya, saying it will be interesting to see the new attack tactics he teaches the mongrel. Yeah, bearing in mind the mongrel has a history of attacking its master. So will he hack it? That's what we are waiting to see. But if I may just hear from you briefly, just to begin with, let's hear from Kevin Osido. First of all, we had the new chair saying that, yeah, I will do away with the secretariat. And we know there has been that frosty relationship between the secretariat and the commissioners. Very briefly on that.
I think if I was to advise my former Archbishop, I would have probably asked him not to take up this job. Mm-hmm. Because this therefore presents this cyclic kind of narrative that we've seen in the past. Yes. And politicians are just swaying in the church into their game. Mm-hmm. I honestly do not see a difference from Archbishop Wabukala.
Yes.
And it of course leaves us to just watch and see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how will it play? Will prayers really bring a difference in a country where we believe in prayers, but we can't touch those prayers? Yeah.
You don't believe in prayers?
No. I said we believe in prayers, but we can't touch them.
Okay. Yeah. All right, bearing in mind that he has been a chair of the National Anti-Corruption Steering Committee, yes. What discernible difference have we had with that particular committee, and experience will he bring also to the fore when it comes to EACC?
It's been a PR gimmick.
Yeah?
Just what he said. I think.
What did he say?
I mean, for me, I felt like it was a PR stunt.
It was a PR stunt.
Ideally, you feel because of his position in church leadership, mm-hmm. you feel he would be in a position to, bring the change that we expect him to bring. So for me, I felt like it was a PR stunt.
Right. So being a man of the cloth, you think, this is not from the establishment. Maybe because his conscience is not seared, as it were, like other people who have come to the fore, he will be able to make a discernible difference?
Three things. I think one, we are doing badly on matters corruption. Just this very week, TI released the corruption index, and yes. Kenya is doing badly. We've slipped to top 20 most corrupt countries in the world. But then you look at EACC, and it's an institution that backs a lot. Over the years, we've seen people moving there with a lot of bravado and gusto, but they never do anything. I choose not to look at Wabukala in that light. I hope he's going to do something. But I think there's also an interesting thing that is coming up. There's quite a bit of disharmony between the commissions and the secretariat. And that is not just for EACC. I think it's the various institutions that are crafted under the new constitution. That is something that we need to harmonize, so that do we want to have a commission that does the work of the secretariat, or do you want to have an effective secretariat and a commission that serves as an advisory board?
All right.
For the EACC, I'll comment only two things. One, when you talk about Wabukala, does he have a chance? I think if I can give him benefit of doubt, if you look at the petitions that were leveled against him when he was in parliament, the only thing he was accused of that he prayed for the corrupt, he baptized the corrupt, yeah. and for me, that would be a good narrative, because there wasn't anything we could put against him. But does he have the spine to take on the corruption? That one I doubt, because if you look at history has been so consistent. The power lies with the secretariat. It is the CEO and the deputy CEO. Why is it that we've never questioned, and Kenyans have never questioned, why the secretariat is always constant? Everything changes except the secretariat. That tells you they have the backing of the powers. To be specific, the president, when he addressed parliament, the list was made by the secretariat without the input of the commissioners. So in my opinion, even if you remember the previous chair, the previous chair's only first mistake he did when he came in, he said he's going to audit the secretariat.
To vet them, yes.
So Wabukala said the same thing. Does he think he's going to succeed? For me, I don't think so. Secondly, I think if you ask me, legally speaking...
So it's really spoiling for a fight, huh?
It's a fight, and I think he will...
But we should give him a chance. He could be David, bringing down the Goliath.
We'll give him a chance, but I don't think the secretariat will give him a chance.
And then when you talk about the EACC as an institution, I think as Kenyans we need to be honest. And that is what we need to pick up from Donald Trump's script. We need to drain the swamp. EACC for me is a swamp. It doesn't do anything. I don't think it's relevant. we are better placed not to have it there, save the taxpayers' money, and just focus on the judiciary, DPP, because most of these cases that talks about economic crimes and corruption, these are things defined by law. DPP can investigate, DCI can investigate, but we lack the political will. So for me, EACC is a waste of time. I don't think it has any role to play.
Right.
We'll be here 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It has been like that.
And
So
it will be Wabukala again.
I don't think, yeah.
They'll be kicking him out soon.
Yes.